Hi guys, happy Thursday. Yeah, the weekend's coming and more storms, so yay, we're gonna get this done quick because I don't want to get stuck in a storm again. That was crazy. That was really crazy. I uploaded one video of the straight line winds, I suppose they were, but it was like wrapping around and swirling and everything was going crazy. So, ritual space within traditional witchcraft. It's a bit different, it's a lot different, but I mean there are ceremonial magic influences, so we will go on with that for today. Now, due to the influence of ceremonial magic, obviously, we tend to find most modern witches very concerned about how they actually set up ritual space. There is a strong focus on creating barriers of protection or spaces between the worlds. So, there is not a lot of evidence to suggest that the witches worked in circles. So yeah, they didn't. I mean, they really honestly didn't. Wiccans, yeah, but traditional witches, no. So we have some evidence of talismanic forms of protection, such as the five-pointed star, being used in Wales and elsewhere to protect an area or on a child's cradle. I mean, that's perfect. That is perfect. So methods of protection appear to have been numerous to past folklore. Objects like witches' boots and witch bottles were installed in walls and in chimneys. The chimneys, yes, they're very much so in chimneys, and buried around the property as a method of divisionary magic. That is to mimic the personal power of the person they were meant to protect and attract evil to a decoy. So that's the witch bottle. Attract evil to the decoy. And that is supposed to be you, so it traps inside of it with all of different colored knots and, different kinds of, just, shiny things and rusty nails and, or actually bent nails and, so on and so forth, so that, it can actually, go in and get trapped inside of the witch bottle instead of attacking the witch ourselves. So, where'd I go? I don't know where I went. No clue where I went. Oh, of course, there were also other more expected forms of protection, such as iron talismans against fairy intrusion, garlic against vampires. I don't know where this came from, but vampiric entities, I'm sorry, not vampires, vampiric. And various remedies like rowan, trefoil, and dill to repel witches. Just as fairy magic is interfered with by iron. So it was also understood in the past that witches can't spell past objects of brass, which may be the original meaning of the geometric shapes that form the most of the traditional horse brasses of the British Isles. So it's really interesting that I can cross brass. I have tons of brass objects. Crazy. Now, many, if not all of this battery of protective charms should probably be utilized by the modern witch to keep a spiritually safe home and working area, especially if one intends to bring the forces outside the hedge inside the hedge. These protective charms will then become very important. There is, however, no entirely folkloric method of barrier magic that is designed to wrap a circle about the practitioners. So yeah, there's no real circle. Now, the idea of associating witches with circles probably originally arose from the fairy ring phenomena, so the fairy rings outside. And I'm sure you've all seen those, and they're beautiful. Now, a circle of mushrooms or other fungi believed to be made by dancing fairies that were sometimes called hexagrin, or witches' rings. I love that. I've never heard that. Never heard that before. So these, of course, are an organic shape meant to reflect a circular dance rather than a ceremonial object drawn to keep out demons. Demons. I've never seen a demon. I don't believe in demons. I think it's ridiculous. So, the other purpose often ascribed to modern revivalist circle casting. Revivalist, I'm okay with, but Reconstructionism, no. So, is that it creates sacred space. So the fairy doctor seems to have drawn a ring about themselves with charcoal from a stick with a burnt tip in the dirt on the floor when about to conduct a healing or divination. Now, despite this example, for most witches of the past, it appears that this function of sanctifying a space was mainly fulfilled by simply calling to their spirit or familiar spirits or offering some food or blood to them. that's the basic. I mean, that is literally what I do. I do not cast a circle, I lay a compass. Completely different. I mean, 150,000% different. Now, in this coven, in his coven, Lee Morgan's, both the protection and the sanctifying of space is carried out via the agency of the familiar spirits, and every ritual begins with a stirring up of the spirits and involves them being offered smoke and roused by drumming, as with the fairy drummer, or by rattles or bells or whistles for them, or by any other method that the witch has been instructed to call to the spirit. The calling up of spirits. I was listening to Andrea Perrin's lecture from Orlando. You guys have got to listen to her. She is incredibly, I mean, she's so smart. I am just in awe of her knowledge of witchcraft, and it's incredible. So, yeah, that's what Lorraine Warren actually did, was calling up the spirits. She roused them up, a calling of the spirits. This is what Lorraine Warren was doing. Traditional witchcraft. So, keep that in mind. That's messed up. So there's plenty of traditional material to suggest the offering of smoke to spirits, such as the burning of dragon's blood on the fire in Welsh folklore. Now, before divination, and John Walsh, a witch of the West Country, who burned frankincense and St. John's wort for his operations. Of course, the grimoires of ceremonial magic also furnish us forth with complex subfumigations that can be burned to aid spirit manifestation. A lot of ceremonial magic is, for me, just too much. It's just way too much. The simpler the better, and that is what traditional craft is about. It's now, getting it done now, fast acting. So, I do like that though. So, and concerns about magical security remain, or if concerns about magical security remain, after a ritual has been performed in a family home, or may protect themselves and their family by sprinkling salt over the working area and sweeping it out the door with a broom. One should then inscribe a piece of wood or leather with a pentagram with the words Rotas Opera Aripo Sator. So, yeah. And thus have the object wrapped up and hidden somewhere close to the place where witchcraft is generally performed in the home. So, now, this all being said, there are certain operations for which full witch rings should be cast, particularly for works of necromancy and exorcism. Traditional witchcraft in the modern era tends to make use of both a circle and the triangle of art. So it does, yes. The witch stands within the circle, and the triangle is usually placed outside of the circle, in either the east or north, depending on the type of working. East for exorcism, north for necromancy, and that's where we come in with the ceremonial magic from King Solomon. So we see a lot of King Solomon's magic in here, which, you know, when you're conjuring up a daemon, not a demon, a daemon. They know basically, like Malthus, the daemon behind everything in the Conjuring universe. Yeah, that he knows to go to, you know, the triangle, or the triangle of art with the black mirror inside. But that's getting really ceremonial and Goetian magic. So, which the tip of the triangle facing away from the circle, because you don't want that to come into the circle. Why not? So. Now, while this practice has clearly been absorbed from grimoires at some point, it has become so thoroughly absorbed into traditional witchcraft that some comment upon it is necessary. The following explanation for the circle and the triangle in the traditional witchcraft was given to Lee Morgan, specifically in relation to necromancy. See, and that's my area. I love necromancy. So that must be kept in mind. So we have to keep that little bit of ceremonial magic kept in mind while we go on with the rest of this. So the circle is cast widdershins, counterclockwise, always counterclockwise. For me, that's what I do. It doesn't matter, because it does not matter whatever way you cast your circle. If you cast a circle, I lay a compass. Always. I never do a circle. I think it's ridiculous. I don't like the idea of a circle. It's a confining something in one space, and nothing can get in, nothing can get out. It's like, why? And then these magical doorways that Wiccans do, I just don't get it. But the circle is cast widdershins to represent the descent into the underworld. So we're stirring up that energy. although only the outer circle is delineated. You should be aware that the circle is not in fact a circle, but a spiral, and it literally is a spiral swirling up. So you are in a vortex, a portal, when you're actually doing this. And it's really, really, really interesting, and it feels really good. So, a downward leading staircase. After you depict the circle in this world with chalk or cord and call in your familiars to empower it, begin to slowly and meditatively walk widdergens, again counterclockwise, in an ever decreasing spiral until you reach, or until you're each the center. So do so with your eyes slightly closed so that you are turning inward as you physically turn inward. Now, in this way, the circle or spiral becomes your own depths and the underworld's depths, and makes those two places one. So we're connecting two worlds, one, the underworld, and this world, our circle. Compass. I don't like the word circle, I like compass. So the spiral exists in you as well as in the circle, which is also the underworld. It exists in the back of your skull. When you have done this, you will turn to the Triangle of Art. The Triangle of Art represents the gift of fire. It is the spark of the fire that allows art, just as the circle of the underworld and your deep mind. Now, in witchcraft, the circle is not so much a barrier, but a cauldron that seethes. You draw up spiraling darkness, the spirit you wish to have in the triangle. The triangle is your divine spark, located in the front of your brain, the jewel upon your forehead that the master gifted you with. That would be your third eye right there. So once inside the triangle of fire, the spirit has been drawn up from the realms of unconsciousness into the realms of consciousness. In other words, you have become aware of them. That's basically that. When you become aware of the spirits, yes, that's becoming your subconsciousness into the consciousness. So the magic that allows you to call them there is indeed the magic of the spark of divine fire, symbolized by that triangle. So, but to draw the dead there in the first place, you must be capable of sinking into the darkness and drawing it up through your own being. So that's why you can't always have a positive mindset all the time. You cannot have a positive mindset 100% of the time, because you have to realize the darkness in you. You've got to accept it. It's just, you have to. Psychologically, you have to. In psychology, you have to. In witchcraft, you have to. Traditional witchcraft, ceremonial magic. And then all this new age stuff comes in and says you have to, have a completely positive mind and you can't think negative. Yeah, you can. You can think negative. It's not going to hurt. It's not going to hurt you at all. Now, there are no utter barriers between witches and anything else. All fire and all shadow comes through us. We are only conduits. So, I thought that was a really interesting aspect or perspective on ritual space within traditional witchcraft. And it was just, really, really, really interesting. So, it's very interesting. We don't just cast the circle, and then banish the circle and banish whatever we have invited in, because that's rude. You don't ever banish an elemental, because they don't even have to come and work with you if they don't want to. They'll completely ignore you if you banish them, and I never would ever banish them. Same with your hearth spirit. If you're doing banishings and exorcisms, I use exorcism very lightly because I do not believe in possession. I believe that, accumulated energy of a place can take on its form, a manifestation of its own, and just, it can wreak havoc, but it's still not evil in nature. So we don't need to banish it. We just need to change it or give it an offering, and say, hey, we need to coexist together, or boom, you are not allowed here. So it's just a matter of coexisting with, the other world beings and, ourselves. So it's really interesting stuff. I love it. It's incredible. So, yeah. What do you guys think? What do you guys think about all this? Anything? I just love it. I love ritual space. I have my own ritual space. You guys see it every day. I wouldn't change this. I wouldn't change my ritual space, my land, even though so much, death. And as the newspaper article in 1899 stated, butchery that went on here. It sounds like the Texas Chainsaw Massacres. God forbid. Yeah, it's just, there's so much accumulated energy here that it's beautiful. It really is beautiful. It's so dark, but then it's so light. So we have so much darkness in this house and so much lightness, or brightness, light and dark, light and dark. It's just crazy. It really is. It's like a portal. My dad swears it's a portal. When he gets really drunk, he's like, oh my god, why did we ever move here? It's a portal. You know, because the kitchen cabinet opens, people walk around, you know, you can hear people walking around when I'm not up here. People walk down the steps, and then there's nothing. So, some people just don't know how to embrace and live harmoniously with the other worlds. I love it. I love it, though. You guys also have to check out George R. Lopez. Not George Lopez the comedian, but the other George Lopez. Amazing man. I mean, George Lopez, you are incredible. You are incredible. Your lecture right before Andrea was on in Orlando, Florida. Huh. I loved it. How many people in here, he says, how many people in here think Ouija boards are portals or doorways to demonic entities? Everybody said no. And he goes, very, very intelligent audience. It's the person. It is the person. So anybody that is a trance medium, a psychic medium, yeah. That is, you know, you're, even me being a medium, I am susceptible to, I wouldn't say demonic infestation, but spirit infestation. So I would definitely say that, yes, I am very prone. And I think, you know, all of the sensitive people are very prone to any kind of, you know, spirit infestation. But then again, it's like playing the lottery. Are you really going to get a demon? The chances of you actually seeing and getting a demon are like you winning the lottery, like the billions of dollars, one in like a billion. It's so rare. So that's why everybody, and I loved it how George Lopez said, you know, everybody, you know, oh well, we caught it. Did you catch it on film? No, we didn't catch it on film. The audio, it wasn't there, or you know, the film, it broke, or you know, and you can tell that they're lying. You know, at least it actually caught my chair moving and filmed it. So a lot of people don't do that. I was just lucky. I'll never get that again. But anyways, Lupe, hi. Wow, that looks crazy. Never seen a storm like that here in California. Yeah, that's our wonderful bipolar weather. Adina B, stay safe, Ryan. Oh yeah, always. We have more coming. It's gonna be great. I'm so excited. No, I'm not. I hate storms. The Partial Sun, hi. Ryan, I hope that you're doing well today. I just love you to death. I do. You're an amazing person. I haven't been doing too well. The last couple of days due to stress, I'm getting sick due to worrying. Stress me out. I am too. But since I've been home, I've been able to clean a bit and work on some spell work. I lit a Jesus Christos candle. Oh, Just Judge, okay. And it involves Christ along with the other. Okay, I recognize the Jesus Christos along with other saints, including Mary. While I acknowledge that Christ is a person, I don't believe he's the only divine, semi-divine being. I perform his mother and co-spirits like Michael. I love that idea. I love that. I love how you phrase that. It's beautiful. It makes sense. It's to the point, and you're very, very, very freaking intelligent. I love it. But anyways, with the candle, the wick broke into two and formed a cross. Mine do that a lot too. Funny, since I asked St. Michael to take special care of the candle. There we go. St. Michael and Samael, they're brothers, they're twins. Lucifer and Michael, they're brothers. Okay, so where'd I go? Okay, so I made some sweet tea. Oh, that sounds really good. And gave it to the fam ancestors and the saints. I like that. I feel like Santa Muerte wants roses, Michael cheesecake, and the ancestors' apples. Ooh, go with your gut. You feel it, you're feeling it. You're directly channeling that. Do that. I love it. Pretty much everyone wants something. Yeah, Oh my god, yes, that's true. So I'm gonna pick it up after going to the courthouse tomorrow. Good. Be careful. Just be careful. Do your protection magic, what you've been doing, and what we talked about in this book right here, the working space, the ritual space, some of the decoys. You'll kind of understand where I'm coming from if you get that. Danny of the Wild, hi. Oh my god, I'm jealous of your teeth. They're beautiful. Oh my. Yeah, it was wicked. It was wicked, a little scary. Gustavo, hi my brother. J Phoenix, hi my bro. Bitter Almonds, so sorry this happened. I swear so many things happening that are so bizarre and frustrating. There's no money that can replace you, Ryan. Oh, I love you to death. You guys are amazing. Don't make me cry. Bitter Almonds, Soul of Thorns, I have the hiccups. Electrocute. I totally just got your name, Electrocute. I love it. River of Souls. Cully Foxglove, hi. How are you? Warrior Girl, hi. Again, I have to say your name again. Electrocute. I love that. Lady Witch, hi my love. Mr. Lee, hi. Gustavo, Shadow, hi Shadow. Melissa, the Partial Sun. I have to say it again. Electrocute. I love it. Oh my god, where'd everything go? Oh, there it went. Cindy Miller, hi. Oh god, where'd my thing go? Oh, there it is. So, alright guys. Yeah, I gotta get to town before these storms get here, so I love you guys. Thank you guys for the amazing comments. I hope you enjoyed yesterday's video, and I will see you guys tomorrow. So, I love you all. Please be safe, stay healthy. Just, yeah, stay safe, stay healthy, all that good stuff. And I love you guys, so thank you so much for everything that you guys are doing. All your comments are incredible. I love you with all of my heart, all the way from Venus, all the way back down. And I'll see you guys tomorrow, and I'll upload some more storm videos, because they were really, wicked. Alright guys, I love you, and I will see you all tomorrow.